Hello, hello. We are here. I don't know if anyone caught my live earlier. I was talking about the ambulance, people not stopping for the light so the ambulance can go through the intersection. It was surprising for sure. We've got the Kelpie, power symbol of dual character in deep subconscious. It's harmful if it's not kept in check, managed, or respected. With the decision card being right underneath that. Everybody has the Kelpie, right? It's like that. It's the dark wolf. Which side are you going to feed? We have a dark wolf and a light wolf. The Kelpie is also a kind of dog. Interestingly enough. We've got the mating cockroaches. Something is not being looked at. Something is being avoided. It's been avoided for quite some time. It's a situation that's really getting out of hand. It's not being addressed. And that has to do with a network. Could be someone needing to start a business. Maybe someone was meant to start a business, but they did not. Or maybe it's a catfish who is online. And they've been doing something for far too long. Probably through an unhealed part of themselves, which makes them feel like they have a right to do this. I mean, why would you want to? I mean, it's much better to be yourself. Big bark energy. We've got a beta. Teamwork. So because this person has big bark energy, they've got quite a team that is helping them out. This team could probably be the fellowship, maybe the people at their church. They probably concocted some kind of story and said that, oh, this person, yeah, she does magic. She's a unicorn. We have the Aniston cut, something that everybody wants. When the Aniston haircut, I think they called it the Jennifer. Everybody wanted her haircut when she came out with that with Friends. Right? Everybody wanted it. We've got File. And we've got Bubble. Someone wanted to just take the fun out of everything. They want to shorten somebody's fun, somebody's freedom, somebody's lightheartedness. They didn't want this person to be happy. They didn't want this person to be able to be happy with whatever it was that they had. They wanted to try to take it from her. Whoever this catfish is. It's like, why though? I'm pretty sure that if this person was allowed to be able to produce whatever it is that they were meant to produce, they probably would have shared the wealth. So for someone to try to just take something from someone, file it down, shorten it, and try to copy them and be them, it's like, why? You probably should have just filed that Kelpie side of you. That would have been the wiser choice. Considering decision was right underneath that Kelpie. So if you're new here, these are cards that I'm in the process of making. They have grown quite a bit in the last 6 months, I guess. I can't ever get the timeline down, so I apologize. I was watching a video from March, I think, and there was quite a few cards that were already in here that I was surprised to see. What fell out? Cockroach, the Bull, Ultra, Pick, Bumper Stickers, and Unhinged. Someone's permanently unhinged. Somebody's permanently a bully. They're just a bull in a china shop, probably. Because they're not taking care of the Kelpie side of themselves. It's a choice, folks. I keep saying it. You've got the cockroach making more trouble, no more problems. Live and let live. I'm going to keep saying it. I take some of the front and put it somewhere towards the back, and I take some of the back and I move it around too because I just don't want to know what's in the front or the back. Bottom of the deck, we have swap. Someone's trying to swap something. Something's changing. Something is being turned back around. The catfish probably want to swap something. Maybe she was trying to swap her life with the life of the other person, but it's like, really, how can you do that? Pointing the finger. Someone wanted to swap the blame, put the blame on somebody else. We've got court. All right, so they're in court and someone is pointing the finger. Perhaps they're going to point the finger at the court. The court made me do it. Someone's side-eyeing that idea. The abyss. The abyss. Peering out to the nothingness, to the unknown, to the darkness. You do realize that when the court is found to have done something dishonorable, they are going to be side-eyeing every single other thing that ever went through that court. They're going to wonder how many other innocent people were victimized by the situation or other situations where the circumstances were swapped around towards somebody else having the finger pointed at them. You do realize the number of people who are on DEATH row for crimes they never committed. You do realize that there are police officers that have a news article written about them who have been, highly decorated or highly respected or a high producer of solving crime who was found of doing crime himself. So it's like, I wonder how many of the crimes that he allegedly solved that had nothing to do with the people that they charged the crimes with or for. Apparently, the police officer had gone to jail, made it through that, got released, and now there's another court case that may end up sending him back to jail. All I can say is I hope they really go back and look at all of the cases that he had worked on. Just saying. It's unfortunate. And it sounds far-fetched. It sounds really just out there. But it happens. Because people are imperfect people, right? We've got a robe. Someone in the courthouse could be wearing a robe, like the judge. Butterfingers. Let something slip between their fingers. Maybe they had an opportunity of some kind and, I was pulling those through the middle. I guess I felt led. Interesting. All right. Front of the deck, we've got boomerang. Whatever it is that they let slip through their fingers is now coming back to them. They're pointing their fingers at the courts. And side-eyeing, how deep does this go and how far back does it go? The piggy bank. Is the piggy bank, is all the money that they maybe had some hand in, is that coming back to the person that it belongs to? Is someone being reimbursed? The frizzy hair, reimbursed for all of their trouble, all the stress that whatever the situation was caused. A live wire. And a lobster. That's an expensive live wire. That's an expensive mistake. Could be somebody else's person. Since we had the Aniston come out, the lobster in this case is from Friends, and it's when Phoebe goes, "Oh, you're her lobster." It's like when the lobsters, you know, hook claws and they stay together forever. Persephone. She was someone who was, let's just say, claimed by the underworld and was made queen of the underworld without her consent. So there could be someone who actually married someone without their consent, and maybe she doesn't even know about it, or he. Maybe the courts found the marriage being valid. Maybe it was shown to a court, and maybe that's what slipped through somebody's fingers, the fact that maybe they didn't verify it. They just assumed that it was true. I mean, why would someone lie about being married to someone, right? I myself have never been married. I haven't found the one who I felt who could stay married. And that's the goal of mine. We have a house. You need to leave it alone. Leave it. We have storage. Is the house in storage? We've got the bench. The world is your oyster. I was thinking that maybe someone needs to pack their house and put everything that they own in storage and maybe just take a break, or maybe that's what they were trying to get this person to do. This person who was a bride, who didn't know she was a bride. We've got a bandage. There's a cover up here. Maybe they were trying to say that this person went ahead and just took a break. Parasite. Trying to cover the fact that someone is a parasite. We've got a robe, we've got a bench, we've got a court. Someone really thought that everything that was in storage, everything that was being put away, maybe they thought that this was their opportunity, the world was their oyster, because all of this parasitic activity was put under wraps. Nobody has to know about it. It's open and shut. Nobody will know. Well, with the swap card, everybody knows. We've got a map. It involves a plan. It involves different countries. We've got an eggplant. Maybe the eggplant's going to say that they didn't know. I didn't know. Really? And I say that because I didn't know that an eggplant was a berry. Maybe this eggplant or this male person got a little bit overly excited about all the opportunities of where it was that they could travel to if they just went ahead and joined this side of the team. Red Rover, send Smith right over. Did you ever play that game as a kid? If you're able to get through the chains, then of course you can go back to the side that you were originally on. But if you didn't get through the change, then now you're stuck there. So maybe they had some kind of hazing opportunity, or they had some kind of ritual that they would put people through. And if you made it through, then they would let you go. But if you didn't make it through, then now you had to stay as part of their team. Ear. Are you listening? Do you hear me? Someone was hearing the bench, listening to the bench, and hearing about the money. We've got the Kelpie. Somebody heard something that was just out of hand. Decision had to be made. A decision that got worse and worse and worse. It just kept growing. The parasitic nature of these people got worse and worse. It just kept growing. More and more, all they wanted was the finer things in life. Thing I don't understand, and I say this every time about the lobster, and we talk about it as like as a food item. What I don't understand is it's a bottom feeder. It eats off the bottom of where it's found. Yet people pay a lot of money for lobster. Go figure. I mean, that's the world we live in, right? Calling in the troops, an announcement being made, an assembly, doing things against somebody's will with the trumpet vines. Interestingly enough, there is the bride. Maybe they were married in another country against their will. They need to have one central information place that shows all of the documents of who's married, who's divorced. Then everybody needs to be notified, maybe through their driver's license or through their social security number or whatever kind of identifying information they have for that country. Direct to that. Because your social security is connected to when you're a kid, right? Or whenever you end up getting it. I don't know how they need to figure it out, but they need to figure it out because the number of cases of people who are falsely married or identity theft or things of that nature, they need to figure it out. The court systems, identification systems are not matched up to like the DMV systems or the credit reporting systems. So someone can say that you passed away in the courts, but your credit report, they're still coming. They still know that you're there. They're still making the phone calls. Right? So how does the court just go, oh, okay, they passed away. Oh, okay, you have the death certificate. Oh, okay, that's enough. Thanks. But they don't do any research on it? Just saying. People can falsify death certificates. If you can falsify anything else, you can falsify a death certificate. We've got someone who's tied in knots. Maybe they're stressed out. Maybe it's this eggplant. They're stressed out about the house, letting the house slip between their fingers. Red flags. They saw the red flags, but they didn't. They just ignored them. They just kept calling people on over. Storing up belongings. They didn't think any of it would come back to them. They either wanted someone broke or now they are broke. This man I saw, he was in a drunken state, pulling his pockets out of his inside out. His pockets were really long, if I remember correctly. He was broke. He was stumbling down the street. Blockage. So whatever this announcement is, it could have something to do with somebody's finances are now tied up. Maybe someone saw the red flags in the situation. Someone witnessed it, saw it somehow. So finances are tied up. Someone is broke and they're blocked. Disabled. Their accounts are probably disabled. Now they don't know how to make a decision. They're not sure what to say, what to do. Now they need help. They're blocked from help. So not only did they make them broke, but they blocked them from even getting assistance or getting help from anybody. They can't get help anywhere. If we're going to look at it the other way, they could be ill and they could be needing a wheelchair because they're sick with some kind of virus. And because their money is being blocked, they don't have any other choice. Someone's trying to conceal something. Everybody knows it's there, but they're still trying to conceal it with the comb over. Big bark energy. Everybody knows. Everybody sees it. Delta. Change, transition, movement. A convergence of paths. The alpha and the omega. Uh-huh. So this big bark energy was created because we have a dog. And the dog has big bark energy where she will jump up on her hind legs when she sees another dog, so excited that she wants to just say hi. And she barks. And because of the kind of breed of dog that she is, she sounds like she's like vicious, I guess. Or she's a little intimidating, I guess is the better word. Because if you don't speak dog, then you're probably going to be intimidated. So people will always like, oh, and scoff and grab their dogs a little closer to them, right? She thinks she's a little dog, quite honestly. So I was driving the other day and I saw a standard size poodle walking down the street and it did the same thing. And it barked. And people were like, oh, that's so cute. Right? So it's like, why is it two dogs do the same thing, but because they look different and sound different, they're perceived as being different? I mean, it's kind of like you are having some kind of judgment based on your own experiences or your own perceptions versus actually looking at the facts of the matter. Like not going any further in the investigation than just seeing things at a surface level. And maybe because of that, now we are at the point of the alpha and the omega having to step in and take care of it. That's what the convergence is. That's the crossing of the paths. Maybe someone came across as a cute little poodle and they're finding out that this person has big bark energy because they've got the backing of the alpha and the omega, the all that is. And clearly this person that they're dealing with, and they did all this too, is very comfortable walking down the street, walking the dog. They know who they are. Two cards coming out together. We've got a watermelon and if the shoe fits. Watermelon could have something to do with the spring to the summertime. Could have someone, it could be someone that has a green exterior and they're very like just nice, flavorful. I don't know. Watermelon's not for everybody. I know I don't like it. I keep trying though. I do like watermelon candies though, so I don't know about what that means. It's about emotional hydration, fertility. Could have something to do with 70 to 100 days because that's how long it takes for them to mature. Has something to do, refreshing and satisfying, joy, freshness, sweet. See, the person was nice, all these things. Abundance, prosperity, refreshment and hydration, community, hospitality, togetherness. Right? Let's have a barbecue. And then we have if the shoe fits. Sizing someone up. We have a magician. That's the illusion, the ultimate illusion. Let me distract you so I can go ahead and perform my magic trick. Meanwhile, there's a hole in the table and there's probably somebody down there with a rabbit and they're going to just push the rabbit right up out of the hat. It's like a loophole. Maybe they're saying this person was doing magic. Maybe they were doing magic actually on the courts. And that's how a judge was able to let things slip through their fingers because they did do magic. I was told by a customer that my coworker actually does hypnosis on you. Just with his eyes. That he can hypnotize you. Now, if that's real and that people can actually do that, then, you know, what happens when they do it in court? And how do you resolve that? How do you prove it? I guess you would have to retry the whole case again. Maybe you do it by just speaking to someone in a room. You don't even see their face. I don't know. But I know they could have stopped doing magic, but they continued to keep on, keep on, keep on. They just kept on doing it. It's like they couldn't help themselves. It was like a virus. They had to do it. They couldn't stop themselves. We've got mold and mindset with the strategy. That was their strategy. They were going to continue on. They were going to rot the whole scenario from the inside out. They were going to just leave it there, let it get really dirty, really cloudy, really messy. Magnetic. Puffer fish. If you leave a puffer fish alone, it's not going to puff up and it's not going to cause any problems for anybody. Maybe they were trying to say that this person was just unkept and they were attracted to unkept individuals or dirty individuals, or they were attracted to doing some kind of puff puff pass. Sigma, lone wolf, stealth, independence, and mystery. Someone's ready to talk. Pack, store, and move. It's time to pack, store, and just move. We've got a rug here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why can't I count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the last final card is the rug. It covers a whole area. It dresses up the place. Your footing, pack, store, and move the rug. Someone needs to pick up the rug and look under it because someone has obviously put something under the rug that they didn't want anyone else to see. And this owl is coming to talk about that. With that being said, thank you for being here. Take care and make it a great day.